There we go. Done and done. There it is.
Tax regulation not published yet. We have the inside track on your
There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. All right. It's Brody King Day. All right. Brody King. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? How is everybody? All right. There it is. Very exciting. Yeah. All right. Wow. It's a hotel. I'm in an hotel in downtown Portland. So there, yeah. And I doubt I'm leaving because again, it's no King's Day. It's probably if you want to get around a city, Portland, Oregon's probably the worst place to get for no King's Day because it's probably very popular here. I'm in the wrong part of town for a no-tell motel. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Jim Ballard, Wrestling Observer Live, coming to you live this week from downtown Portland, Oregon. So the show is 30% more hipster. I do want to mention some sad news. I was stunned to see this yesterday. Rich Engling, he's a longtime supporter and fan of pro wrestling and longtime vice president and treasurer of the Cauliflower Alley Club, a guy who's very key, does a lot of work behind the scenes, supporting people like Brian Blair and the board and things. He passed away suddenly, unexpected from what I understand. Rich was a really nice guy, really supportive of the Cauliflower Alley, and his work helped a lot of people, and probably people who don't even know it. So rest in peace, Rich Engling. A credit to wrestling and the Cauliflower Alley Club. Okay, got to run down some stuff. So warning, some spoilers are coming. CMLL Friday night, the Viernes Espectacular. Friday Spectacular. Just a couple of matches. I'll just run down a couple of key ones. 2 out of 3 falls match. The brand new Black Tiger, formerly Magnus, and Averno defeated Templorio and Flip Gordon 2 falls to 1. 2 out of 3 falls match. Main event. Atlantis Jr., Neon, and Esfinge defeated Soberano Jr. Some people are asking, no, it's not me under the Soberano Jr. mask. Thank you for asking. Hermano Chavez, along with Angel de Oro y Niebla Roja, with Que Malito. They beat them, Atlantis Jr. and Neon, 2-1. Also, spoilers. Ring of Honor, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, Global Wars Friday night in Windsor, Ontario. Main event saw the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Doug Gallows, become the first ever Maple Leaf Pro Tag Team Champions. I believe they're the Canadian Tag Team Champions because it's a Canadian-based promotion. And after the match, Bishop Dyer turned on his partner, Kyoto Kiyomiya. Hate to see longtime partners break up like that. Just hate to see that. All right, run down a couple of quick results. So again, spoilers. Ricochet defeated Rich Swann. ROH Women's Champion Athena defeated Taylor Rising. Michael Oku defeated Jake Christ and Cavanario. Michael Allen, Richard Clark, Ace Austin, and Brent Banks in a 6-pack challenge. The PWA Champions Grail holder, Rohan Raha, defeated Stu Grayson to retain. And from what I understand with the Grail, it was just a flesh wound. ROH Women's Pure Champion, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Maple Leaf Pro Women's Champion, Giselle Shaw, to retain her title. Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, Lee Johnson defeated Evil Uno, Boombinder Juhar, and Psycho Mike. ROH Women's TV Champion Red Velvet defeated Alice Crawley to retain her title. Alice Crawley, professional wrestler, I was surprised to learn, not the nosy neighbor on Bewitched. I don't care if it's an old joke. I like that one. I don't care. Sometimes they do things for me. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz defeated Adam Priest and Tommy Billington. Tonight, Maple Leaf Pro, I believe they're pretty much going it alone. Show called Uprising. And there will be an interim MLP Canadian Men's Champion crowned tonight. So with former champ Josh Alexander injured, they've announced a 6-person match. Jonathan Gresham, Psycho Mike, Rich Swann, Stu Grayson, Roha Raha, and possibly still Steve Maclin. So we'll see what happens there. And the big news, announced Friday night. Congratulations to Scott D'Amore and everyone at Maple Leaf Pro. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, starting in July, will have a new wrestling show called Mayhem. And it will air all throughout Canada on the Sports Network. So that's great. Congratulations to them. Wish them nothing but the best and continued success. Onward and upward, as they say. Also last night, not a pay-per-view, but a online special. I don't know. Was it on Triller? Triller. It's fighting for its life to stay above water. TNA Sacrifice. Spoilers. No DQ match. Layla Black. What was it? Hang on. Show, that's right. That's what it was. It was Layla Black versus Mara Sade. And this match had everything. Chairs, fire extinguishers, metal ring steps, a bedazzled baseball bat, and thumbtacks. So the end comes, Layla dumps thumbtacks on the canvas, tries to set up for a blackout. Sade counters, sends Black into the sun, thumbtacks, which, of course, the person who sets it up, that never happens. Sade lifts up Black, slams her down thumbtacks, climbs the top rope, crashes down with the moonsault and the pin. Single match. Eddie Edwards with Bear Bronson, Brian Myers, and Cedric Alexander faced Moose. And this was really just kind of a quick brawl. Really kind of not much. Everyone was supposed to be not interfere in the match. Well, I mean, all the system banned from ringside. Anyway, so they're going at it. Moose and Edwards. Moose is stalking Edwards outside the ring. Special Agent Zero attacks Moose, rolls him into the ring. Alicia Edwards jumps onto Special Agent Zero to protect Moose, but Eddie Edwards grabs her. Zero pummels Moose, takes him out, and Moose defeats Eddie Edwards by DQ. Mixed tag team match. Jada Stone, who partnered with Trey Miguel, really spotlighted pretty strongly in this match. But it was that Order 4, Mustafa Ali with his fun short summer haircut, and Tasha Steelz. So those great hands, John Schuyler and the other guy. Schuyler never tells me if he's the left or the right hand. I don't. But the great hand zip-tied Miguel to the bottom rope. Ali, then that dastardly heel, drops Stone with the Dance with the Devil, climbs the top rope, crashes down the Swanton, and the 450 with the pin. And even though Jada Stone took the pin, she got a lot of offense. And I mean, they really spotlighted her. So good for her. Tag team match. Elijah and the hometown man lost to AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian. TNA Knockouts World Title 3-way match. Ariana Grace retained over Danny Luca and Lei Ying Lee when Ariana stole the pinfall from Lee with helps from Stax. Now, afterwards, Allie tells Mar Sade to follow the White Rabbit, who leads her to Rosemary. And Rosemary wants to have a talk with Sade. White Rabbit, that is such an old 60s reference. It's just like, I don't know. Why is everyone who books TNA old? I'm old enough to book TNA. That's how bad it is. X Division title match. Leon Slater defeated Eric Young, Swanton 450. And then tag team match. Matt Hardy, unable to compete. He's injured. Injured, air quotes. Jeff Hardy and Vincent of the Righteous. And Cedric Alexander and Brian Myers. They're going at a tag team match. Again, late in the match, camera goes to the back, shows the face, a tight shot of the unconscious Matt Hardy, blood coming out of his mouth, and Dutch standing above him. What? What? You're telling me that the Righteous, those guys have been baby faces for like 15 minutes? They turned on the Hardys. Alexander crushes Jeff with a lumbar check. Alexander and Meyer win. ODB looks great. Confronted the Elegance brand. Brought out her old friend, Taryn Tyrell. So it's going to be ODB, Taryn Tyrell, and Mickie James challenging the Elegance brand for a 6 knockouts tag team match. Mickie James, Taryn attack the Elegance brand. ODB, Taryn Tyrell, and Mickie James then take out Mr. Elegance. In Spanish, Senor Elegance. TNA World title match. We talked about that. I do want to mention that when the referee, Alice Lane, stopped the match and kept Maclin from participating, Eddie Edwards jumped in the ring, did some impromptu stuff with Mike Santana. I mean, wow. Heads up stuff. Amazing. New signing. Also, Ricky Sosa, Dutch-born wrestler from Belgium. Or I guess he'd be Holland. I don't know how it works. Anyway, big guy, a lot of promise. We got some more stuff to talk about, including how about Smackdown stuff. Stand by, Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live.
All clear.
Oh, you're right. They stopped the match. Steve Maclin was checked at a hospital, and according to reports, the reports are that Maclin does not have a concussion. Now, I haven't read anything, just going by what they've reported. So, anyway. Triller now. They're fighting.
What up?
Anyway, I guess Killer Cross was the White Rabbit. Lucha Underground.
Darren's supposed to stop by.
Oh,
Darren.
the PD?
Forgot to put out the weekend, commercial logs.
Well, when you're, I don't know. All right. Oh, that's right. Oh, shoot. I forgot. There's so much crap. Why did they do this to me? What did I do to these people? Nothing. Oh. All right. What are they doing to me? What is it? Is that tonight? Yeah. What is it? Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. All right. Well, shows we're doing fine, I guess. So I'm here at this hotel, and I love my wife very much, my best friend, Made my life infinitely
What?
better. My wife is snoring like...
I can't hear anything you're saying.
You can't? Why not?
I'm talking to Pedro. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So that's fine.
Pedro's talking to me. I'm like,
Okay. That's
yeah,
fine.
no, I can hear you. Sorry, Jim.
You should talk to Pedro. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
We love Pedro. Give Pedro my love in a masculine way.
Jim says hi, Pedro, in a masculine way.
That's right. In a bro way.
Jim says hi in a masculine way.
That's right. In a manly way.
He said, I hope so. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Says hi back. That's funny. He says also in a masculine way.
We know.
uh,
I don't even know what that means.
all right, we're getting close here. Stand
All
by.
right.
439215. Again, for the last time. That's 800-943-9215.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Couple of things. TNA Impact tapes tonight. And then in 2 weeks, TNA Rebellion already. So we just got to crank these things out. Here's what we know so far. Hardy's defending the tag team titles against Brian Myers and Bear Bronson. This is the title match Myers won in the Feast or Fired match earlier this year. Cedric Alexander challenged Leon Slater for the X Division Championship. That should be great. Elijah will face Frankie Kazarian one-on-one. That should be a match. And Trey Miguel defending the International Championship against Mustafa Ali. That should be fun. And because I need to talk about more wrestling, Collision. It's live tonight. Live from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. International champion Kazuchika Okada defends against Kevin Knight. Dude, come on. What are you doing? Go sit in front of your TV. Wait for that match. I'm quitting the show right now because it sounds so good. So good. Anyway, so that'll be fun. Babes of Wrath try to regain the women's tag team titles. So they're going to take on, okay. The Divine Dominion. I didn't realize that was their new name. Oh, that's an awful name. Megan Bain and Colossal Lena Cross. Colossal? What is she, a Kong? Oh, wait, sorry. It's not No Kong's Day. I can say that because it's not No Kong's Day. And then, yeah. Anyway, plus, you got Ace Austin, the Bang Bang Gang, and doing some. God, this is really written terribly. Sheesh. Wow, that's bad. Wow. Oh, there we go. Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, and Ace Austin, the Bang Bang Gang. And so, no, it looks like a pretty solid show. You know, collisions are good. They're good. Ray Reyes. Hey, that's still going on. It was taped back in, I think, '06, but it's now night 3. 4-way for the AAA Cruiserweight title. Laredo Kid, Dragon Lee, TJP, Jack Cartwheel. El Fiscal. I'm not familiar with El Fiscal. Is he like a financial luchador? Is he like Mathematica? I don't know. El Fiscal versus Abismo Negro Jr. Of course, on Fox Latin America and YouTube. Smackdown last night. We are 22 days last night, 21 right now. 3 weeks from WrestleMania. You know WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all. The showcase of the immortals, the show of shows, granddaddy of them all, the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment, the Super Bowl of entertainment. Sports, we already have a Super Bowl, don't we? Oh my gosh. Look, I'm not saying it's bad, but we should probably beg Road Dogg to come back. Look, like I've said before, I get it. They had to make a few changes. Had some injuries, with the vision and other things, and they had to shuffle some things around. And Randy Orton feels pretty hot right now. Felt hot before WrestleMania in the build. And, I even talked about that he'd be a good person to have in WrestleMania. But we've got main events now. where they're fighting over Roman says Punk is old, and Randy Orton's yet the 15th person to turn on his buddy, Cody Rhodes. All right, SmackDown opens with Randy Orton. I do believe he did a brief because of the fans, because he blamed the fans' voices, everyone else's voices, for being the problem. Of course, the crowd cheered. Matt Cardona marches down to the ring. Remember, he got his wrist or his arm for something broken last week on his arm. And he doesn't have a cast. It looked more like he has carpal tunnel syndrome. Or maybe he's playing handball. I don't know. Cardona slides in the ring, and he bops Orton with the microphone. That's how mad he's been. Stewing with his broken bones all week. Gets right in, he bops him. He bopped at him. Look, forget AEW and syringes in the mouth. We got bopping on SmackDown, kids. It's TVB for bopping. Careful, you go blind. Orton demands a match versus Cardona tonight, and there we have our main event. Trick Williams backstage. He's razzing Sami Zayn because Nick Aldis said that Trick was going to WrestleMania. Didn't see what he's doing yet. Sami Zayn says, "Oh, I'm going to WrestleMania," and pretends to walk off and turns around and attacks Trick. Now, a lot of people have said, "Oh, we're going to get a double turn." I'm like, what? Trick's going to turn heel? Oh, he's already a babyface. I'm sorry, he is. Say what you want. Babyface. Tag team match, Charlexa versus the Bella Twins. Outside interference by Lash Legend on Alexa gives the wins to the Bellas. Hang on, I'll do this first. And that gives the opportunity to the Irresistible Forces to beat up Charlexa. By the way, talk to your doctor to find out if Charlexa is right for you. Now, this is going on until Bayley and the Bird Lady, which I believe was a show on CBS in the 70s. They make the save, and they get a title shot on Raw on Monday. WrestleMania is a big deal, as you've probably heard. As I'm watching this show, look, Randy and Cody, they're going to be fine. Drew and Jacob Fatu could potentially steal the show. You never know. I have a little faith right now after seeing the Bellas for the past few weeks. Charlotte is going to have to pull off a miracle. Being in the ring with the immovable objects are the Irresistible Forces. You know, I bought that book by Brian Solomon, The Irresistible Force. It's all about some guy named Gorilla Monsoon. Nothing about Nia Jax's hole. Nothing. Rip off. Anyway. All right. Get a recap of Roman, the Usos, and that CM Punk is old. Did you guys see the meme of CM Punk wearing the Hoka shoes in the ring? I wear the exact same shoes. So they're Punk, baby. They're Punk. Backstage, Solo apologized to the MFTs for last week. And he says, you know who wouldn't apologize? Roman. And then they're talking, blah, blah, blah. Tala Tonga comes up, and what's-his-face comes by. The current, for a minute, U.S. champion, Carmelo Hayes, asking Tama Tonga, you gonna challenge, or do you need Solo's permission? Like a squeak. Tama Tonga made like a squeak. I don't even know what it was. And then Shinsuke Nakamura comes up and says, you gonna go do things on your own? You gonna challenge, or are you gonna let Solo? And they're obviously teasing something. It's all gonna shake out with Fatu's and everybody. We'll see how it goes. Also, backstage, Damian Priest, R-Truth with their titles, talking to Jelly Roll. And you know, R-Truth always gets stuff wrong. He thinks Jelly is Dom Mysterio. They don't really look. I don't see it. They'd have to put maybe a skull shirt on Jelly Roll or something to make it, I don't know, make the bit work better. Rhea shows up. She's very bubbly and bright, charming, warm. And R-Truth is happy. Judgment Day's back together. And he sees Rhea standing next to Jelly, who he thinks is Dom, and says, "Don't tell Liv." I wouldn't say this was funny, but it also wasn't like awful. It was just there. Whatever. Let it go. Also, I get why Jelly Roll is there. But in kayfabe storyline, what is Jelly Roll doing? Is he depressed? Is he lonely? Is he... I don't understand. He's just hanging out backstage. Randomly, not only talking to wrestlers, but right before a wrestler, as a match after the commercial break, they're walking to the ring. Jelly Roll's giving them like a pep talk. He's like, "Jelly Roll, pro wrestling life coach." She's like, what? He's like Stuart Smalley. Remember him, Al Franken's character from Saturday Night Live? "Look, Rhea, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you." Everybody. Just Mr. Positive. Jelly Roll. Anyway. Rhea goes to the ring. Oh my. Oh my. You know, Rhea was very charming, warm backstage. She and Io, everyone loves that. In Judgment Day, with Dom and stuff. Great stuff. Standing there, alone, with the mic in hand, center of the ring, expository promo, is not her strength. And not only that, this is not Rhea's fault. The words she got were the most cliched words ever. Did they take like, "Oh, Rhea, here's your script. I took 45 seconds to write it on this napkin." All she needed to do more was point and mention a medical facility. Like every cliche. Comes to the ring, says, "Jade doesn't have integrity. Didn't expect Meet You to be Fab to stoop so low. And it's WrestleMania season. And she doesn't care who she has to go through." Really? You're the only one. She's the only one who's going to try. Jade and her baddies came out, and this segment must have joined that whole clique because it was batty. Talk about it next. Wrestling Observer Live.
It's more than a...
Oh, clear.
When social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work, real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-913-9739. 800-913-9739. 800-913-9739. That's 800-913-9739.
You're listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
So, Smackdown. You've heard of it. Kind of a show. It's been around a little while. World Wrestling Entertainment. Pretty popular. 1.some million people watch it in the U.S. Well, in the ring, Rhea Ripley. Outside the ring in the aisleway, Jade and her baddies. B-Fab and Meechin. Have you been to an indie show? Not a decent indie show, but very inexperienced indie show where people have too high of an opinion of themselves. And in the ring, you usually get, the guy who's in charge, the booker, the veteran, cutting a promo with his buddies. And they're all talking over each other and trying to interrupt. And let me tell you something. That's what this was. I could not believe how bad this was. Like, B-Fab's like, oh yeah, we're with Jay because she's got the power. I'm like, she's over Nick Aldis? What is the what? What do you? What? It was so indie, and I mean the bad way, the bad indies. It was awful. I don't know if you need to send these women to promo class again, have them write sentences on a chalkboard, something. This was way beneath WWE. And look, when you're in WWE, you are in the biggest company. You are at the pinnacle of wrestling. Even people at the bottom. You should have some aptitude. This was unexcusable. Inexcusable as well. Maybe off-excusable. Definitely wasn't excusable. It was so bad. They told each other to be quiet. It was their turn to talk. The crowd booed. And that crowd was right. Someone should have gotten Danhausen's t-shirt cannon, fill it full of tomatoes. Oh my gosh. They set up a match. Rhea and B-Fab. It was all set up. No match. Attack and a beatdown on Rhea. No, look, I get it. It was supposed to be Bianca. Is this better than what they had planned for Bianca? Is it the same thing? I get, Bianca's been gone a while, so they had to have had a plan B for a while. This didn't happen yesterday. Did Danhausen curse these women? Has Danhausen cursed my television? What is he doing? All right. Oh my gosh. It was awful. Awful. Kit Wilson almost calls Danhausen toxic, but before he can get it out, Danhausen curses Kit. Now it's time for Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson. Wilson stooges for Jelly Roll, does the best he can. And look, it was fine for what it was and who was doing it. If you keep it in that perspective, whatever. Comedy match, comedy characters, celebrity. When you're a celebrity, it's ideos reality. Jelly Roll hit the belly-to-belly suplex. Wade Barrett called it a jelly-to-belly. Somewhere poor Bailey, I imagine, thinking, what am I, chopped liver? The Bailey to belly. Hello. Ding dong. Hello. Chokeslam, jelly roll, gets the pin. I don't know. U.S. title challenge. It's not Tamatonga. Sami Zayn. And there's Trick Williams. Swerve Williams. Trick Williams comes to ringside. Now later in the match, Trick gets on the apron, gives Sami the U.S. title, seemingly for him to use. Sami refuses. Hayes then grabs Sami from behind. Trick goes for a kick. A little slow, but Sami knows what's coming. Trick ends up kicking Melo. A liver kick by Sami. 1, 2, 3. New U.S. champ. And like 30 seconds after, we get a graphic. WrestleMania. Sami defends against Trick Williams. Now look, I can't say, I can only tell you what I've seen. I have seen a lot of negative reaction to that people feel, fans feel, Carmelo Hayes is getting screwed. I mean, will he get in this match? I don't know. Will he get stuck doing the Andre Battle Royal again? 2-time Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. Congratulations. Here's your giant medal that looks like a gold-plated raisin. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But I mean, you've got a lot of people, these new people. Trick, obviously, Carmelo's new-ish compared to a lot of other people. And then, of course, Javon. And then, you know, you've got Obafemi. You've got a lot of young talent jockeying for position. And what happens when other people lose out? That's what we're seeing here. I don't know. See what happens. Will this affect Trick's popularity? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's hard to say. Jacob Fatu calls out Drew McIntyre. They both claim to be victims. And at WrestleMania, Fatu is going to dog walk Drew. McIntyre says, from the bottom of my heart, screw your damn kids. Those goats over there, screw those kids. Is that, am I supposed to go, ooh, he said, screw your kids? I mean, that's like, for Jacob, isn't it like 30 people? So he got a big family, that guy. I think he has like 7 still. Jacob's got a shirt, an acronym for Fatu, F around and try us. It seems backwards. So you try and then you're F, I don't, whatever. We'll see if that sells. I don't have high hopes. I could be wrong. Match WrestleMania. It is now an unsanctioned match between Jacob and Drew. And that could be a show stealer. Those guys, both great. Could be a lot of fun. Unsanctioned. I swear, WWE has got 5 names for the same match. No Holds Barred, Extreme Rules, Unsanctioned. You've got a bunch of these. Just, I don't know. Anyway, now it's time for Julia versus Tiffany Stratton. This was nice because it was so quiet. It gave me some time just alone with my thoughts. Wow. I remember, I'm so old, and I've been watching wrestling so long. I remember when people cared about Tiffany Stratton. I know. Why is she a babyface? And what is her personality now? It's like, I don't know what she has. Yeah, no one cared. No one cared when Tiffany did stuff, or when Julia, but we already knew that about Julia. Kiana James got on the apron, stared down Stratton, caused a bit of a delay on the prettiest moonsault ever. Julia took advantage, knees up to the ribs, and pinfall win. Before that, oh my gosh, Tiffany did what looked initially as a really pretty swanton. And she got none of her feet on the ground. All landed on Julia. Ouch. Randy Orton on the phone promising he'd see whomever soon. See who that is. Randy Orton, Matt Cardona. Orton smashed Matt's wrist on the commentary table. kept going after the wrist, wrenching it, stomping it, and such. Orton keeps this up, you know. Cardona's going to need a cowboy hat and a suede vest with fringe. It's a Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. joke. I don't know if that was a joke. That's more of a reference. RKO and an eventual pin. Crowd still cheered Randy. Cody Rhodes shows up. Is he going to get fined for being so late to work? I mean, I would love to be able to show up for a shift with 5 minutes left. Sweet. Not only that, reminded me of Chris Jericho walking to the ring to face Goldberg. They kept doing these cuts. It's like, hurry up. Get to the ring. Come on. Took longer than it should. But also, not only that, it's Cody stalking to the ring. Very serious. Very determined. Driven. In the back, as he passes the hallway, a little bit in the back, a men's restroom, because there's no door on it. It's just open. In the background, and some guy, as Cody's on camera, you can see, the guy walks out, and that's fine, but he's waving his hand in front of his nose. I'm guessing like Jelly Roll must have been in there giving someone an inspirational speech to try their hardest to defoul that place. I don't know. Anyway, end of the show, standard pull-apart brawl. Cody got some offense, a little bit of a comeback, but really nothing compared to a revenge for being so bloodied weeks ago by Randy Orton. Security kept them apart for good, and the crowd is chanting, Randy, as we go off the air. Dude, this is WrestleMania. Biggest show of the year. Most eyes, most money, most everything. Most covered, all that fun stuff. And we done got nothing but tropes. We got nothing but tired segments we've seen a million times. Come on, we're 3 weeks away. We got pull-apart brawls. And it's like, the other thing we're missing is like a contract signing. There was nothing remarkable about this show, and this is supposed to be the show. Wasn't that a nice woman? I guess she was promoted to Raw. Who now is writing Smackdown? Hang on a second. I don't even know. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's not it. Mention that. Paul Levesque, Ryan Ward, Bruce Pritchard. Yeah, I don't know. This show had nothing. Nothing original, nothing new, nothing. Cliches. You know, Rhea's the only one who's going to not let anything stop her at WrestleMania. We need Orange Cassidy to go. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Just going to go and hopefully get a free buffet in Vegas. Someone says it's Jelly Roll season. When Jelly Roll isn't on screen, everyone should be asking, where's Jelly Roll? Look, I get it. Jelly Roll's famous. I don't think he's at his peak anymore, but, you know, popular. People like him, I guess. Look, celebrities, and I guess, by the way, someone sent me a link. Jelly Roll's been working with Tom Pritchard and another wrestler training. So obviously there's another match coming in the future, I would think. So maybe at WrestleMania, something with Kit Wilson maybe again, or a tag team match, Dan Nelson, Miz, and I don't know, whatever. Maybe something like that. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. But there is just no exciting build, no interesting stories. And I get that there have been some changes, but regardless, there is just no inspiration. Nothing. Not inspired at all. It's going through the motions.
What's that on that beat? Oh,
Some of the matches are good.
I'm different.
And maybe an entertaining show, but the build is awful.
I'm different.
I have some serious concerns
with my
about some of these matches.
Pull up to the scene with my cylinder missing.
If I'm Paul Levesque, I'd be like,
Pull up to
maybe
the
you
scene with my
need to
cylinder.
reconsider some people. Jim Valley, wrestling himself a lot.
Yeah.
Clear.
A non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-401-5163. 800-401-5163. 800-401-5163. That's 800-401-5163.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. Show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. That's 800-887-1097.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. That's 800-690-8223.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Let's jump off and wrap up the show here. Get done and then go watch Tony Khan's favorite wrestling program, Juggalo Wrestling Lunacy, or something like that, whatever it's called. Putting over Vince Russo. Say he'll do a podcast with him. Dude, don't let the nice exterior fool you. Tony Khan, low-key worker. Definitely low-key worker. All these people, they think they know and they don't. They just listen to podcasts and these descriptions, but it's not the case. Do you want to mention Bad News Brown? Bad News Alan Coage? A bronze medalist, 76 Olympics in judo. He's the original Ultimate Warrior. He wrestled as the Ultimate Warrior long before Jim Hellwig. Wrestled in Japan, obviously Calgary, but people know him best for his WWE run as Bad News Brown. But Bad News Alan, a guy famous for challenging Andre the Giant on a bus in Japan with All Japan, where Andre was saying some things he probably shouldn't have, and Bad News Brown was like, well, why don't you try me then? And Andre wouldn't leave. Bad News spoke out about racism and other injustices that he saw. And like with Andre, he wasn't afraid to do something about it if he needed to. I have a lot of respect for Alan Coage and Bad News Alan. But yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm honestly surprised because I've interviewed him, and you've probably heard interviews with him. talking about his opinion of things in WWE, not just WrestleMania 6, but they approached him, according to him, about turning babyface, and they wanted him, in his words, to be a Step and Fetch It character, like slow and not bright. And, well, they wouldn't do that today, so don't worry about that. I'm only kidding. I think Ron Killings is a brilliant comedian. I think people respect him, regard the character's funny, and people respect his humor and his timing, all that stuff. Have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys next week, I hope. All right, remember, it's just wrestling.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, brother. I will talk to you later. Amen. Take care. There we go. All right. I think I have a little bit of time, I guess. My wife's doing something. That's why we're down here. So I don't know that I can leave because I don't have a car. And whenever the march is or whatever it is, the rally, whatever it is. Oh, I'm sure it was, I haven't heard the Condrey thing with Jim Cornette, but I'm sure it's great. I'm sure the second best one was mine last Saturday, but I'm kidding. It was kind of amazing, though. I didn't even realize at the time. I pretty much did it virtually from memory, which, I mean, I just skimmed over a lot of things, but I'm just saying it's kind of wild. I didn't know that was back there in the recesses of my brain. So anyway, yeah, no, I'm sure it was great. Cornette is good at that stuff. There's no question about that. No question about that. Is there something? Anything I want to get on? Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. I try. What do you guys like about the show? Is there anything? I know people always go, it's because you don't yell like Brian yells. That's what they always say. And I'm like, well, is that a compliment? Is that just seems more negative on Brian than pro Jim. Let me tell you something. It's my turn to talk. What of the power? It was so bad. So bad. Embarrassing. Jade Cargill for being around Cody and all these people. Was there a tease return for Jericho? Did I miss that? I did find it interesting that Jericho's new nickname he copyrighted. I was like, wouldn't WWE normally do that? But then I saw, I forget who, somebody else copyrighted something who's in WWE. So I was like, okay, maybe that's not a clue. Well, thank you. Sometimes I worry that I'm annoying. Anyway, sometimes the humor. Because, like, I can't tell if you're laughing or not. I mean, not that I care, but no. But it's like, I don't know. With me, it's like when I make someone laugh, it's like chum in the water. I get worse. Anyway, well, I'm glad it's informative. I'm glad you learned things. That makes me happy. Oh, it could happen. Now, Tony Khan will go in there. He'll be very polite, very agreeable, very jovial, and watch him work. Watch him work these guys. So I'm telling you. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, we need to do another Pacific Rim with Fumi. He's been busy with some things, so we've not been able to do anything for a little while, but we'll try to get back on that. Jericho, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. As far as, what was I gonna say? Jericho, AEW. I'm super excited. Oh, by the way, remember last week? I barely do. Oh, wait, I should answer a question. Hang on. Last week, someone asked me if I was going to go to AEW Dynasty because it's just a couple hours away up the border, across the border in Canada, in Vancouver. And I was like, I don't know. friend of mine reaches out to me. He's like, dude, I want to go. And this is before Wednesday. I'm like, well, he wants to go, and we always have a good time at shows, and I haven't seen him in a while, so it'd be fun to do it. So I was like, okay, I'll go. But I wasn't like jacked yet because I didn't know what to expect. Well, then we're gonna get Kenny Omega, MJF, Cope and Christian against FTR and Mox and Osprey. Dude, I'm already jacked. More excited for this show, infinitely more excited than I am for WrestleMania right now. It's like that. I mean, come on. It's exciting. I mean, and I get it. We're building toward All In, and that's the goal. So this is just a stop. But still, you're going to see him go in action. Going to see some really, really good action. So I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. So definitely. Cage and Cope. Yes, sorry. I should say Cage and Partner. I know AEW has been great lately. Yeah, I mean, Dave's talking about, MJF. Things have been kind of ticking up, relatively speaking, for AEW since MJF's been champion, and that's great. So that's good. That's good. You'll get a detailed. Sure, why not? Get a detailed report. AEW Dynamite Collision. WWE doesn't have a wrestler. Spice things up. Oh, you know what? I didn't get into this. Should I save it? I'll forget anyway, so I'll just don't forget. The way things are right now with WWE, you know what I would do if I was in charge? I would find a way, and if I can't do it at WrestleMania, just do whatever you're going to do. If I can't do it at WrestleMania, what I want to do, I would have Punk retain, and I would have Dom Mysterio beat Punk and be the world heavyweight champion. He's over. He's young. He's new. No, I think I would make him my guy, or at least I'd try. That's what I would do. You need something fresh, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not there. I'm not managing these people. Maybe Trick, he's got a bright future, but maybe he's not quite. It'd be detrimental maybe to push him too fast, too soon, too much. Same thing, maybe some of the other newer NXT talent. But I mean, Dom's, second, whatever generation, at least, depending if you want to count his uncle, or I guess his great uncle, because it's Ray's uncle. That'd be great, I guess, great uncle. Anyway, that's what I would do, because I think Dom could handle it. He would live up to his end of the bargain, wouldn't go crazy, and like I said, he's new, and he's fresh, he's young, and that's what I would do. I would do that sooner rather than later. That's what I would do. Because it's like, if things are softening right now, it's not like a 15th Randy Orton title reign is going to turn things around or raise things up again. I mean, Randy's kind of having one of his, his 7th career resurgence or whatever it probably is now. But no, I would do that. That's what I would do. Because I think he's the guy who is super over, who's young, and you can trust. You got to be able to trust him. You'll never know until you know, but it's like, you also don't want to give someone too much too soon. It's like, that's why I wonder, will Swerve, Trick Williams, will Sammy maybe retain WrestleMania and Trick eventually wins the U.S. title at SummerSlam or Smackdown or whatever. Eventually. I don't just thought. But it's obvious we're heading for some kind of civil war. Something to do with the family. And so we'll see what happens there. Because that's what we all want. And I don't know. I don't know. Will the Viper break Cena's records? I can't tell right now. But I will say this. I mean, if Cena is done, and let's say, despite him saying, oh, I got this new whatever gig he's doing with WWE, which is probably, nothing. If he kind of separates himself and is acting more and coming around less and those type of things, I could see them making Randy then the greatest of all time. But, Randy and Cena are, pretty close. So it's like, you just told me like a year ago, Cena was the greatest of all time. So it's like, how could Randy be now but you told, and oh my God, I always forget this. I read these things and they piss me off and then I forget. Oh my gosh, people on Reddit. So you remember, I was talking a while ago about maybe wrapping this thing up. I'm like, I'm older. Maybe somebody younger should take over. Yeah, I think it's Randy will get 15 if he wins the next title. And that's combined world, WWE, all that stuff. But the more I read Reddit, I'm like, no, I need to stick around. Stick around a little longer. Because the kids. And look, they were talking about, someone on Reddit was like, who's Mr. WrestleMania? And they listed Undertaker, Hogan, Michaels, and no, not Michaels. It wasn't Michaels. Hogan, Austin, and maybe Rock, something like that. And people were going through the whole thing, the posting, Shawn Michaels. It's like, no, that was WWE marketing. Shawn Michaels had some great matches at WrestleMania. No question. Bell to bell. Awesome. Problem is, that wasn't the biggest draw. Mr. WrestleMania is Hulk Hogan. And that's it. Period. Other people are saying, oh, Undertaker streak. No. Beating Jimmy Snuka, not a great accomplishment in 1990. King Kong Bundy, not a big deal. It's just Hulk Hogan started the first WrestleMania, kept them all going, and he is Mr. WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Is he an admirable person? That's another story. But as far as Mr. WrestleMania, if you're telling the truth, it's him. It is. These things they just drive me crazy. I'm like, guys, these are marketing slogans. I'm trying to think here. What's a big marketing slogan? Is it really the quicker picker upper? We don't know. Yeah, no. Someone even said Cody. Yeah, he wasn't in the world title picture a lot. He did some great matches, and he's got his own legacy, which is very impressive. Being a great bell-to-bell performer, inspiring so many other great performers to follow in his footsteps. Changing the size, seeming requirements for WWE, he and Brett, and the work rate or whatever you want to call it, the expectation of what a match is and what's a good match. Look, he's got a lot of big feathers in his cap. He's historically significant. I'm not saying that, but he's not Mr. WrestleMania. Take nothing away from Shawn Michaels, not a great promo. You know, business went up when he left. All that stuff. You know, Hogan is WrestleMania. You know, Vince, not that long ago, apparently said it himself. Most important figure in the history of the WWF. Does everything really taste better with a dollop of Daisy? Catchy jingle, but does it? If I put it on a battery post and licked it, would it taste better? No. Okay, actually, no, it probably would. I take that back. That one might be true. This might be an actual, real slogan that's true. You think he's going to become Homelander? I don't know what they're going to do. We shall, because I get that wrestling nerds are kind of tired of Cody, but I'm not sure the general public is yet. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. It's like, well, do you want to pull a Steve Austin right now? I'm not sure. I don't know. But all I know is it's WrestleMania season, and Cody is going to go through everything. Not let anything stop him. Oh my God. So anyway, that's what I would do. I do Dom. Dom is my world champion. You've got all kinds of people to work with. His dad, obviously. You've got people from Judgment Day. You got tons of stuff you can do. You got Finn Balor. You've got all kinds of things you can do. You know? I don't know. We shall see what happens with Cody Rhodes. Cody wanted to be an actor, and he definitely studied acting. You can tell, and it'll be interesting to see if he can pull off, a new character, do something different instead of his fake sincerity. But hey, man, fake it till you make it. Wish I would have had that skill, but I just couldn't. I don't know why. I probably should have tried harder. Okay, I want to say, besides Hogan, Austin, versus McMahon, Rock, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Austin made Vince a billionaire. The IPO did, but they were popular enough that they could do that and make it happen. WWF is in big trouble, and Steve Austin did it. And thankfully for WWE, Rock grew in Steve Austin's sunlight, the light that he brought. Credit to Rock, but that's Austin. Okay, I'll bring this up to you. I had something written down, didn't get to it, but I'll do this too while we're talking about it. How old is old? Most people when they graduate college, in their maybe early 20s, maybe later, but when a 90-year-old graduates, they get a standing ovation. Driving to high school when you're 16, it's cool. Driving to attend high school when you're 23, embarrassing. I'm 56 right now, 57 in June. I feel old. Some say age is a number. But look, it's only a number. If it is only a number, then why are so many people making a big deal about the age of the main eventers in this year's WrestleMania? Cody Rhodes 40, Randy Orton 45, Roman Reigns 40. Punk is 47 years old in his orthopedic Hoka shoes. Now apparently this is bad. There's been a meme, maybe you saw it, making the rounds, showing former WWE champions and how old they were when they first won their first WWE championship. Rock, 26 years old. Yokozuna, 26. Brock was 26. Randy Orton, 24. Do you know what they all have in common? We'll get to that. Let's look at the men first. Randy, Rock, Yoko. All, however you want to count it, second, third, fourth generation. Whatever you want to call it. And Brock, you know, a gifted, recognized, awarded, physical specimen, collegiate wrestler. High-level wrestler. NCAA champion. Now look, when you're second, third, fourth generation, you get the business. Those guys, Rock, Yoko, Randy, all of them get the business. You know, you don't have to explain things. You don't have to hide things. Well, you hide some of it. But enough about John Laurinaitis. You know, that's why there's a lot of those second generations. The Usos and the whole family tree has been successful and probably helpful for WWE and management. Except for, never mind. But Lesnar, now this is not now Lesnar. We're talking, 2004 Lesnar or 2003, whatever it was. Little baby Lesnar, little baby face Brock Lesnar. He was going to do pretty much what he was told. And that was until, well, he wasn't going to anymore. But that's another story. Still talking about little baby Brock. And what do these guys all have in common? All of them were champion when business was down. Yokozuna, 1993. Steroid scandal. 80s, pretty much over. It's very much a transition and business was down. Brock Lesnar, 2002. Rock was part-time, on his way to Hollywood, and no time in WWE. Attitude Era over, and Brock supposed to be the next big thing. Time of transition, business okay, not the best. Of course, it's also the time Seattle ruined WrestleMania 19. Because we're Seattle. Ruined it, I tell you. Randy Orton, first one in 2004. Only lasted a month, but still. All of these people, business is down. Rock, when he got his first world title, he was kind of intercontinental level. He hadn't grown into that main event slot yet. But business is down. WCW is still on top for the moment. And they needed to make opponents for Steve Austin. And they did. And I don't know if you felt the same way, but I just remember thinking, Rock is not at Steve's level. And this is just, it was bad, I thought. I just didn't see, Rock was still growing and morphing, and who knows, maybe I'm stupid. But again, business was down. They took a risk with Steve Austin because business was down. When business is down, WWE has taken risks. Because you can't keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get what you got. And that's what makes this different. That's why you can't say, oh, Yokozuna was 26. It's like business, well, it may be a little softer. Maybe. It's too soon to tell, I think. Maybe it's a thing for WrestleMania in Vegas and tourism. Maybe things will stabilize after WrestleMania. So I don't want to say definitely about business. Could be. We'll see. Maybe not. I'd like to be fair. But all these guys were when business was down. They needed somebody. They had to take a shot. Needed Brock, Orton. Got to build a big star. Young guy, 24. Of course, Triple H beat him the next month. But maybe that's why business was down. But that's the thing. These guys, it's not like business was on top and they said, hey, let's get that young guy over here. Untested young guy, come here. Yeah, right. They brought up Foley, Triple H, all these guys. They were trying to get stars made. And that's the difference between now and then. those guys were, for the most part, even though they have pedigrees, all of them, untested. And, you know, if you've been around a while, you know that, for example, Randy Orton had problems, behavioral issues, perhaps. Other people would maybe describe it differently, but, you know, he never crapped in my bag. You know, they had to take risks because of business. Right now, look, they got gajillions of dollars, and they don't necessarily have to take that kind of risk. So they went back. WrestleMania is big stars. Punk's a big star, needed him to replace Seth Rollins. Randy Orton's a big star, needed him. They needed him. Cody, obviously, Roman, without saying. You know, but that's the difference between now and then. We're not at the point yet where WWE is like, ooh, we got to try something new now. Like I said, I would put Dom on because he's young and we've already seen, you know, he's been around for years now. You can trust him. And dude, that guy is so, I would not, I'm sure he's a nice person. I'm not saying that. But dude, that guy would probably rib you so bad when you're not looking. You can tell that guy's been around wrestlers. And he knows what's up. And yeah, I would keep my thumb over my beer. I would just watch out for everything with Dom around. But that's it. That's the thing. Right now, you know, Saudi money, Netflix money, this money, that. I mean, they got how many different deals? Like every show has got its own deal. My word. Getting freaking money from like half my cable box. The hell? Probably getting paid by the Big Bang Theory too. I don't know. But it's like, there's no reason to do that. I get, look, everyone wants your guys, someone you relate to on top. And wrestling is, well, it should be, for young adults and kids. And people who never grew up like me or grew out of it. Should have grown out of it. And you. But it's just, it is what it is. And look, I'm hopeful that with the rise of Obafemi and Trick Williams, and everybody, that we will see, you know, a changing of the guard before too long. I hope. But it ain't going to be at this WrestleMania. But that's the difference. Business is down, they go young. Kind of like Saturday Night Live. When ratings go down, they clean house and bring in an all-new cast. Younger. Every time. You know, Lorne Michaels has talked about it. When things aren't working, go young. And hopefully, you know, we'll get to that point at some point. But it's funny that CM Punk wears the same shoes I do. But wrestlers have bad feet. On the AEW side, who would you say is that young star built for the future? Besides Fletcher, MJF, Mox, Hangman, Omega. Right. I like Speedball. Is he going heel? Shaking Kenny Omega's hand like that. I love Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight is great. You know, and he looks like he can kind of cut a promo. So that's fairly impressive. Hang on, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. All right, let's take a look. Okay. Well, obviously, she's a champion right now, but Tekla, for sure. Does Willow count? Let's see. Megan Bain. That young guy, Adam Copeland. I'm just kidding. Let's see. How does Ricochet? I like Blake Christian. I like him a lot. I don't know that people seem to really dislike him. And I don't understand why, but they do. I don't think, and it's almost like he has go away heat. And I'm not sure why. I don't think people realize just how good that guy is. Ace Austin looks good. When he was in TNA, and maybe it's me, maybe you can help me. I thought he looked kind of like greasy, like not like dirty greasy, like unattractive greasy. Sometimes you can look like dirty and scuffed up and look cool. And I just thought he looked like not appealing. And now he looks better. I like his look. I like what he's doing. He's doing great. So yeah, that could be definitely a possibility. Brody King, I guess he's older. I don't know if that counts. Oh goodness. What else? Clark Connors looks great, but he's a little short. David Finlay, possibly. Maybe give old Desmond Xavier maybe a shot somewhere down the road. The Luchadors, Clone, Hologram. There's other people. It's kind of hard to say for me. I couldn't tell you. I could see a lot of people going kind of either way. Hook. I don't know. Let's see. What else we got here? Anybody else? What about Shibata? I'm just kidding. Kidding. Oh. Who else? There's somebody I can't think of. I swear. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Well, that should work for now. What about is this the men's roster? We have the women's roster. What's this? Okay, that's the women. Okay, I don't know what. Okay, roster. Okay, where's the roster? Okay, where? Do I just scroll all the way down and the women at the? What's going on here? I don't understand this. Nope, that's all men. As far as I know. Oh wait, no, I guess the women are at the bottom. That's Zeta Steel. How can I forget Zeta Steel? Clearly they like her. And there's a lot of potential there. Does Willow count? See how Sky Blue keeps going? Again, I kind of feel like, depending on what she wants to do, they go either way. Red Velvet, very pretty. Seems to have, some charisma, some ability. Queen Aminata, I'm curious to see how she develops. You know who else? Okay, I put this out on my Blue Sky. Persephone. She did a promo. I believe it was for Ring of Honor. Might have been last night. Hang on a second. Maybe I can bring it up. Hang on. Listen to this. This was, I think, like a perfect promo. Perfect. Let's see. Is this her? Here she is. Okay. Let's see if I can bring this up and you can hear it. Can you hear this?
CMLL World Women's Championship against Lacey Lane.
Do you hear her? You guys hear that? Sometimes with the phone, it doesn't go through. Did you hear, I forget that woman's name, sorry. Did you guys hear this?
Now Ring of Honor, where tonight you will defend your CMLL World Women's Championship against Lacey Lane. Is there anything you want the fans to know about you?
Well, Lexi, I feel like there's a lot of confusion over who Persephone is. So class is in session. Let's take some notes. 1, soy la diosa, hand-carved by the gods. 2, I was born in El Paso, Texas, but my family, they're from Mexico, and they gave me a double nationality that lets me win gold on either side of the border. And 3, the most obvious one, I speak English. I understand confusion. Luego me la paso en español y en inglés porque luego me enojo, ¿no? Y me hacen enojar. Y luego tengo que hablar en español porque no se... I speak English. But back to tonight. Lacey, I know there's some misconceptions about you too. Did you come here to dance? Did you come here to party? Or did you come here for a fight? Porque la diosa is going to be in that ring, ready for a fight.
Boom.
Now, Ring of Honor, where tonight you will...
Boom! I mean, nailed it. How fast was that Spanish? Oh my gosh. I'm like 3 miles behind. No. Yeah, dude, I was like, that's great. I mean, no notes. No notes. Explains who she is, what she wants, who she is, and, what she's going to do. No, dude, it's great. Oh my goodness. You know what? I know I'm just a old white boy, but my stepdad was from Mexico. I'm sure I've mentioned that. My sister married a gentleman from Mexico, and we have a couple other Latinos and Latinas in the family. So, I've been around it and things. I should speak better than I do. But when I see Persephone with the hair, with kind of the wavy hair, I don't know what it's called, forgive me. But with that style, I see a lot of young Latinas who have that look. And I'm like, I'll bet you that's got to be relatable to some young women. And to, people who are more familiar. It's great. It's great. Fantastic. So I'm like, when I go out or I see, young people, young Latinas, they have very similar hairstyle. We have very similar look. And I'm like, that's, when I watch wrestling, I enjoy it, but, it shouldn't target me. I want to go to the mall or wherever. Mall. How old am I? I'm doing my mall walking in my Hokas with CM Punk. Yeah. But, I want to go and see, oh yeah, I've seen that look on wrestling. Or, oh yeah, those type of things. That's, I think, what you want. You want to be, like, I was talking about Yeet the other day. Somebody was talking about how Yeet is Jump the Shark. And, it's like that. I felt like it was already old by the time it came out. And it's by the time Jey Uso was doing it. I'm like, if I knew about it, I was really surprised how it got over, but it did. Yeah. Now, she was great. I was like, I don't believe I'd heard her cut an English promo. So I was like, damn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Sharpie eyebrow for you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, each generation has different really bad looks. So we all have things that we regret. Oh, boy, yeah. Some of my choices I would be happy to have the Sharpie eyebrow face versus some of the other looks. So, yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, I want to see a reflection of people in society, when I turn on the wrestling. And I feel like she does. And she's it's a hell of a promo. And I hope that wasn't just a one-time only thing. I get the impression she could do that again. Unlike some other people who do one good promo and then who knows what happens. Erky Saints. Sorry, what? Sorry. Oh, God. I'm sorry. The allergies. Allergies here in Portland. Allergies. No, she's got some. She's got some. I was like, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So, no, it was great. And also, doesn't hurt that, she and Willow and Mercedes and, made her look like $1 million, all that stuff. So, good for her. Now, she's in the right place. No question. She's in the right place. I don't know. I saw somebody on Reddit saying that they like all of the entrances and music and pomp and circumstance. They don't really watch for the wrestling. And I'm like, well, the stories are very flat and very cliche right now. Are the entrances just that good? What? Why not just get like a Spotify subscription? But I don't know. Yeah. Well, even Stephanie Vaquer or whatever she says. I have my do not disturb on the door. Do they still clean hotel rooms? I don't know if they do. I'm not sure. Anyway, no, I mean, Stephanie came out and, I mean, nowhere, but I mean, I certainly would have said she could be successful wherever she goes, but I wouldn't have said pretty much right out of the box. So they did take away her theme, and I don't know why. They had the big event. I don't know, somewhere back east. One of those wrestling autograph con thingies. And they had a lot of the, cosplayers. Had some cosplay contest. And the guy who's always Dusty was there. And all the Macho Men were there. And, they had some other people. And there was a young woman. It's Long Island, thank you. Young woman dressed as Trick Williams. So she had like she was a woman of color. So she had sort of a darker bra, sports bra, whatever it is, thing on top. But she had the white tight shorts, the furry jacket, and the hair and everything. I was like, that's cool. That's cool. That they've already adopted her or him. That was pretty neat. And Rick Martel, probably best known as the model, former AWA World Heavyweight Champion, former Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion with Roddy Piper. Rick Martel made an appearance, very rare appearance. And I guess his line was like 5 hours. Good for him. But there were two guys, two separate cosplayers. And one was like an Asian guy dressed as the model. And another guy was dressed as the model. And I was like, how great is that? I mean, look, I think it's important to have representation. Of course it is. But I also think it's cool when people of different backgrounds and things can, gravitate toward something. It's just cool. All of it's cool. So I thought that was neat. It's really special. Why can't you have an Asian model Rick Martel? And the guy was kind of heavy, so he had like on the muscle suit. So it was funny. It's good. But yeah, they had the jacket and the arrogance, the big hair. It was great. It's great. It's fun. Oh, you know what I forgot to say? That freaking segment with R-Truth, Rhea, everybody. The only thing that segment was missing was Ron Simmons coming at the end and going, damn! It was needed IRS dancing or brother love, spooning with the $1 Million Man or I don't whatever. Anyway, yeah, Tekla's resigned. There's one. Replacement, please. I saw the latest Mariah May promo. I guess it's at her house in like her screened-in pool area. They call those hot rooms or Florida rooms. Just one of those tan Florida houses that are everywhere, and they're all around some man-made lake with a fountain in the middle. But I'm like, people were talking about, I believe IRS is still recovering from his health issues from not that far back. I believe he's probably taking it easy. I would be surprised if he's back at work, and honestly, I hope he's not. Get some rest, enjoy life, you've earned it. Or just, bilk stuff like, never mind. But Mariah May, Blake Monroe. How can a stunningly gorgeous blonde Can she be spinning her wheels so badly in WWE? How? I'll tell you how. Okay, you're Blake Monroe. You're the glamour. Blake Monroe. No. If you're the glamour, you're the glamour. And I can't think of a good name right now. Let's just say this. You're the glamour Gladys Gates or what? Something with an alliteration. Glamorous Gladys Gates or what? I don't know, whatever. But you understand what I'm saying. The glamour Blake Monroe. What is that? It doesn't flow. Blake Monroe and the glamour. WWE was on top for so long, and it cut its teeth. And its bread and butter were production values and look, and choosing great names. The Big Boss Man. I was stealing a lot of them, but we were too young to know that. That was a song. But either way, great names. Not Shockmaster. Not the Super Assassin. How many assassins do they have? My God. Not Thunderfoot. But they had great names. Beverly Brothers. All these things. Blake Monroe. Beautiful Blake Monroe. Or I don't know, something. But it's not. It's nothing. And you need a look. She's Tiffany Stratton before she basically disappeared. And no, she's still on TV, but she has no personality anymore. She had a look. Irresistible Mariah May. But she was not using that name. But Blake Monroe. Yeah. Blake, like Marilyn Monroe have a nickname? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't work. She doesn't have a signature look. She doesn't have, okay, are you just conceited? Is that it? Is that, because that's, ooh, okay. I don't know. There's just nothing there. When she has conflicts with people, what are they going to do? I mean, should baby faces, try to make her ugly? Like, draw on her face or, spray her clothes with ink? Something. A real Marion Morrison. Yeah, Marion Monroe or something. Whatever. Or Blake, Beauregard or Barbeau or whatever. Something with some alliteration and something. Give us something. I don't have a daughter or a son, so it's hard to say, but it's like, what would be a current word, for how beautiful she is, or how could you say beauty maxing Blake Monroe? Everyone's using maxing. How about that? Blake fashion maxing Monroe. Something like that. Yeah, ravishing. Exactly. Same idea. It's just, who is she? What does she want? In 60 seconds, Persephone told us all. The beauty Blake Monroe. Yeah. I don't know. It just, some people have said that she's copying Mariah, and I don't really see that. I just see her as Mariah May, but with a different name. But it's just not happening. I'm wondering, are they holding her off because, they already have enough pretty girl characters on the main roster right now? You have Tiffany. Stephanie Vaquer kind of fills that spot too. So it's like, do you not want to compete with the other sex symbols until you need to right now? Until you need to replace one? Is that what they're doing? Or is her style just, they don't, she's too stardom? I don't know. I mean, even in stardom, Mariah May in stardom, Mariah May in AW, not the same person. The boobies, Blake Monroe. Yeah. Is she? I'm not gonna get into it. It doesn't matter. The symbol, yeah. Something, yeah. Something, Who is she? What does she do? Nepo baby Blake Monroe. I don't know. Something. But it's like she had more of a character, and more of a personality, and was much more well-rounded in stardom than she is now. And I don't. Is this just circumstance, or is it's not working? They don't know what to do with her. I love. Oh, perfect. Done. Rubber baby buggy bumpers, Blake Monroe. Perfect. Done. You're hired. French vanilla. That's funny. I like rubber baby buggy bumpers, Blake Monroe. I want that on a shirt now. I'm going to Walmart right now to see if I can get that figure. Yeah, French vanilla. Blake Monroe. Something. Let's take a look here. Hang on. Let's take a look. Let's see. Their nicknames. Let's see. Blonde Bombshell, MM, that doesn't count. No, these are. No. None of these are going to work. Nope, not going to work. Not going to happen. Nope. All right. Alrighty. Nope. Oh well, no big deal. But yeah, I think. Did you do Chili McFreeze? Stone Cold as well. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Chili McFreeze. Yes. I think these days they do. Dude, I'm sorry, but I think that Rhea Ripley promo, again, she's reading what they give her. It's not her fault. But that was written by Chat ZZZZZ. I don't know. And I know Brian's been down on NXT. Honestly, it's like, why are you down? Why? What does it matter? With Johnny Gargano doing that thing and all that stuff. It's like, dude, a lot of this is still learning. It's like, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Sid. We talked about Sid last week. I think we did. There's something else. Anything else? No. Nope. Yeah. Look, how bad is it when I say a wrestling show is poorly written? What kind of standards do I have? Seriously. This is their big time, and they're just sloughing through it, and I don't. Like, are they busy? What else can they be busy with? What? Somebody move into John Laurinaitis' office? I don't know. My word. No, everybody's saying the most cliched things. Everybody. There's no, Obafemi and Brock are compelling, but that's because of their size. It's not like they did some they're busy insider trading on oil futures. Yeah. How fun. Don't get to go to Saudi Arabia, more than likely. How'd that work out for you? Good job, everybody. Good job. Really picked the Right train to hit your wagon to, or whatever they say. My word. I can't wait. I can't wait. Tell you what. I am. Oh, yeah, that Sol Ruca. Poor Sol Ruca. But you know what? About that, I thought, look, that's going to happen. Obviously, it happens in everybody's career. So why not try it at NXT before it's, 15,000 people in Des Moines, Iowa? I understood what was bad about it, what was wrong, but I was like, maybe in a different way, it's kind of good for them. But I don't know. Sol Ruca, I'm very curious how she goes. I mean, another pretty blonde is, again, it's casting. It's, you're playing roles. Is she going to be, they're all competing, but as far as blondes, pretty blondes on a brand, Blake Monroe, Sol Ruca. I don't know. I'm in Sol Ruca's state. She went to University of Oregon. It's down south there in Eugene. So, Sol Ruca. I like her gimmick. It's Patrick Swayze in Point Break, isn't it? Is that her gimmick? I think. I'm not sure. Kidding. She doesn't, just the hair and the surf vibe. She's a very pretty young woman. Of course, Patrick Swayze was a pretty guy too. He's a really good looking guy. So, yes. Triller, cause if it's Triller, they're fighting for their life. WXW, that's where the new guy from TNA, what's his name? Sosa. He's got like two baseball names. Ricky Sosa, like Ricky Henderson and Sammy Sosa. Didn't want to do Barry Bonds or, I don't know, Barry Otani. Surfer Saul, yes. Think they killed her, but I don't know. We'll see. That's right. But she does look like she could be in Point Break. She does. Could turn her into female Jeff Spicoli. That's an old Sean Penn. But I don't know. Who gets TV first? Sol Ruca, Blake Monroe. I don't know. Of course, poor Julia. Man, that was quiet. No one cares about Tiffany anymore because she has no personality. She has none. Why did they make her a babyface? She is an awful babyface. Awful. She is. What does she do now? What does she stand for? She's not into herself because she's got to be a babyface. What is her deal? Anyway. You know what I'm playing right now? It's funny you should ask. I'm not walking all the way over there. I am now back into Metroid Prime 4. And I love Metroid Prime. I love all the Metroid games pretty much, except for the ones that aren't Metroid games. But I think that, so when I first started playing Metroid Prime 4, I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Not a Metroid game. And now I'm getting, it's not my favorite, but I've waited a long time. It's a bit of a fix, so it's fine, but I want to like it more than I do. Patrick Swayze, yes. Both blondes are hot. Talking about the Hollywood blondes. Brian Pillman, Steve Austin. You know it. You know it. What is this? Love, Enjoy Saturday. I don't understand a lot of this. I hope it's literal. That's good. I don't know. Tiffany, they needed something for her to be a babyface. Did she even, what? I don't even remember. Did something happen? Or was she just a babyface one day? I feel like that's what happened. I don't know. So that's what I'm playing right now. Also, I played Star Wars Outlaws. I played like the free sample demo. I love the way it looks. I like the vibe of it. Controls, some of the other things, not so great, but I'm kind of a Star Wars mark, so I kind of buy mediocre Star Wars games because I don't know what to do. Also, I'm on the fence about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for Switch too. So yeah, so we shall see. I don't know anything about her private life, unless it has something to do with wrestling or effects. You know what I mean. I don't focus on that. I don't pay attention to that. I don't care unless till it crosses over into business. I don't worry about it. So I don't know. So I don't know. Are we talking about Johnny Wrestling? I mean, there is something about, because I'm watching Julia, and Julia looks like a little I don't know what you call her, like a harlequin. I could see like hanging like from a rear window or something. This little tiny blue harlequin, not Harley Quinn, harlequin. And I mean, she looks so small in the ring. Tiffany was giant next to her. It's like Tiffany was beating up her little sister. And there's just something about that WWE presentation. And I really feel, I mean, you know, Michin has that problem. Selena Vega has dealt with that. I feel like there are exceptions. Like Alexa Bliss overcomes it. Liv overcomes it. Oh shit. Come on. You know, come on. Not Raquel. The girl, the small girl. Okay. I can see her. I can see her. I can see her. Damn it. Oh man, not Raquel. You know, the short young woman that was in Judgment Day. Or no, it's not Raquel. Damn it, it pisses me off. It's making me mad. Roxanne, thank you. Roxanne. Anyway, you know, she seems to overcome it, but Julia can't. And also, who is Julia? She's blue, usually. She's got the braids. And I'm talking from a WWE fan perspective. I know who she is, but from a WWE perspective, never seen her before. It's like she's Japanese and Italian for some reason. Why? I know they mentioned it like once or something on commentary, but it's like, who is she? What does she do? What does she want? Is she a good wrestler? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but you know what I mean. Fan standpoint. Just, we'll see. Tiffy time, go back into bodybuilding. So Julie said Kiana did help her. Well, that's good. Well, and it's good to see Julie's helping Kiana get over. Scooping her heat. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting Indiana Jones, The Circle, which I was really excited to see it's coming to Switch. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll see after that. Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt she did. I have no doubt she dealt with racism growing up in Japan. No doubt. Oh, yeah, I'm sure she did. Sure. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I don't know. Julia's struggling, and it's like, I mean, you know, Io was struggling for a while, and she turned it around. You know, now she's super over. A lot of, you know, people can do that. They have. So it's not over till it's over, but, you know, if this doesn't work out, unless there's been some political shifts I'm not aware of, see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I know RAM is so expensive now. I got my Switch 2. I'm fine with that. I've got a couple of totally legal, completely legal portable video games, which are totally legal, loaded with totally legal games. And so I just play those. I'm fine with that. I'm good. I've got more games than I can play for a million years. Mainly because I suck at games now. I'm not nearly as good as I used to be. I wasn't even that good to begin with. So I like the Switch. It works perfect for me. Like the Nintendo software, all the games, love it. So I'm perfectly happy with that. Perfectly happy with it. So it works for me. So, Steam Deck, it's nice. Some of those larger, more expensive systems, I like them, but I just feel like I can't justify it. What now? Is Julie Hart hinting she wants to come to WWE? Did she say something? Did she say something? I haven't heard. I haven't seen. Feels like, I will say this. Has she been on TV? I don't recall. Has she been on Ring of Honor? Don't think so. You know what happens to people who they're not sure of? Not sure who's going to stay. The AW, you know what happens to them? They don't get TV time. So, I mean, for her, she definitely leveled up when she went to the Stardom. And, oh wait, no, we're talking Julia Hart. I'm sorry, the other one. Sorry, Julia Hart. Yes. That's a tough one. It's like she's smallish, young, very pretty, athletic, athletic background with cheerleader stuff. If she kept her dark, spooky, hot topic gimmick or some variation of it in WWE, that would probably stand out. So, yeah, I just didn't want to spend too much money. So I found one that was like, before we got the tariffs, I bought one that was like $200. I was like, this will work enough for me. This is enough for me for now. Then you get addicted. So, yeah, I know. Yeah. So, oh, they did have a match? Okay. Since Dynasty is on Sunday, am I going to do a remote? I don't think so. It's just like a 3-hour drive. It's not very far to get into Vancouver. So, no. So I think I would be where I would normally be and then drive on Sunday up to Vancouver. So there we go. Have a good Sunday, Saturday, Shufflebox. And a good Sunday, I guess. And Monday, why not? The whole week on me. So there you go. All right. Well, should I roll? I should probably roll. Get this show loaded so then they can put it up in like 12 hours. I love that. Love that. That really is a good self-esteem boost. It's great. It's great. It's great. All right, man, I'm glad you like the show. Thank you. Real quick, what do you guys like about the show? What am I doing that you like? And just so I know, because I don't know. I just kind of do what I feel and try to be honest about it. And then, like, if I feel funny, then I'll make jokes. Today, for some reason, I felt funny, probably because I didn't sleep much. If I don't, I try to lay back. But I just try to, I don't know, try not to do too much working, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know. Where the volcano blow. All right, kids. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week. All right, man. See you guys.